All right, for question number 3 here, we're given even less information. So here we're only given 2 points that we know of. So first, let's find out what those points are. So 0, 5, and then 1, all the way up here to 15. Right, once again, we need 2 things. We need to know what that initial value is of the y-intercept, and then we also need to know what the growth ratio is. So remember, to find that growth ratio, we've got to find what number can we multiply by to go from 5 to 15. So what number do we multiply by to go from 5 to 15? And if you know that, you should be good to go. So let's see if we can build this equation. So y equals a times b to the x, where my a is going to be that initial value, so 5. And then if I'm looking for my growth ratio, once again, if I'm not sure how to go from 5 to 15, I can put it in my calculator. It's always going to be the big number, or the bottom number, divided by the top number. So 15 divided by 5, and that equals 3. So my growth ratio is multiplying by 3. So I put 3 in parentheses to the x power. And there we go. We've got our equation. Y equals 5 times 3 to the x. Let's continue completing the table. So let's multiply here. So times 3. And we can come back to our calculator if we need to. 15 times 3. It's going to give us 45. Times 3. So 45 times 3. 135. And last one, multiplying by 3 again, you get 405. I also want to do the -1 value in this table, so I've got to go backwards. And go ahead and give me this number on Socrative. So go ahead and figure out what that would be. Make sure you're doing your math correctly. Make sure you're using the right operation. You can give that number to me as a decimal or as a fraction, so either one would be acceptable. Go ahead and pause the video if you need to. Question B says, use your equation to find the value of the exponential function at x equals 2. Does your answer match the value you found in x equals 2 in the table? All right, so once again, 2 ways to get this. We can either search the table or we can fill in the equation. I'll do both of them. So if we use our equation first of all, so y times 3 to the, we want x equals 2, so I'm going to say to the 2. And that equals 45, which is exactly what we had in the table. If we want to check it in the y equals, so I'm going to have y equals 5 times 3 to the x. That looks good. Go ahead and check my table. At x equals 2, my answer is 45. So that checks out both ways. Perfect. When you're done with that, once again, make sure you put that answer into Socrative. And when you're done with this one, go ahead and flip the page over and we'll start question 4.